Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm back today with some big updates on the EIDL loan increases, all that chaos and glitchiness that's happening out there. We're hearing some solutions, so we're going to talk through those through the video. And I also want to touch on the grant glitches, the targeted advanced grant glitches, because I'm hearing there's repairs being put in place. And last week there was this massive amount of denials that were sent out. I want to talk about those denials as well. So let's get you all caught up. Now share this video with somebody that you know that is in the EIDL grant program or loan increase program, because there's a lot of great information contained inside. Hello everybody, I'm Edward Bilder. To all my loyal subscribers out there, welcome back for another video. And if you're joining us for the first time today, welcome. Consider becoming a subscriber. Getting a lot of new members on the channel here, so welcome everybody. I post daily videos on stimulus updates, EIDL, PPP, child tax credits, you name it. I also talk about building wealth strategies through passive income, royalties, stock market, and real estate. You could check out other videos as they come out. But today I want to talk about EIDL. And so if you're still finding yourself with confusion around all the different EIDL programs that are going on out there, you can simply search Bilder EIDL confusion and it'll clear up all the different campaigns that are running. There's like 5 campaigns currently running. But today I want to talk about the EIDL loan chaos in the increases, because there's a lot of glitchiness happening. And I also want to talk about the grant glitches, because they're being repaired through this backdoor kind of technique, which I'm about to share with you. Okay, so if you were missing your targeted advanced grant portal and you're missing inside of your portal for the targeted advanced grant, you could simply do this little technique here. It seems that the SBA is batching updating portals, and so what they're doing is they're waiting to do the targeted portal and the loan increase portal all at the same time. So if you go and submit a loan increase request, you don't have to accept any loan increase request, but if you go and submit that you would like to increase your loan, you will find that your targeted advanced grant portal now will show up, because a tech is being assigned to modify your loan and also include your targeted advanced grant portal. So many of my viewers are doing this right now. They're going and requesting the loans. They don't actually want the loans. They just want their portal to show up, and they're finding that once their loan request process is submitted and they see the invitation to that portal, they go into their portal to find that yes, they have that blue button, but they also have the targeted advanced grant portal, and so they can now proceed on their targeted advanced grant process. So it's good to hear that it's being cleaned up a little bit here. It's kind of crazy that you have to go this extra step to do it. And again, you don't have to request the loan or accept the loan. Simply use this as a technique to get your targeted advanced grant into the portal. So give this method a try and let me know in the comments if it works for you. Now I want to touch for a minute here and talk about denials that are going out for the targeted advanced grants, because last week a massive amount of denials went out. I mean, we're talking a large number, and it was only indicated on the portal. You did not receive any email notification or any letter telling you what you were denied for. That's a big problem, because it's written in the law that you're supposed to, at least at a minimum, receive an indication of what your denial was. Now, leading up until most recently, there was no appeal process for this until, channels like myself, I fought heavily for all of you to get a reevaluation process. We worked with our congressmen and women, sending them letters, sending the SBA letters that that these denials were wrongful denials. And we finally won an appeal process titled reevaluation. Now, to get reevaluation, if you were wrongfully denied, you could follow the steps contained inside the description. Basically, email them and include all the information inside the description. But the big problem that we're facing right now is that you also have to know what you were denied for in order to appeal it, right? You need to know what the denial was and then submit new information that would overturn that decision. And if you haven't received any letter indicating what your denial was, hence we have a big problem, right? And we also don't know how much time we have to go through the reevaluation process. We don't know if there's an expiration date on this, because it's such an unspoken process that only a handful of emails have been sent out to viewers that were denied to even go through the reevaluation process. So we don't know if there's an expiration date on this. We really don't know much about it, other than you can submit for reevaluation and have the decision overturned. And the decisions are being overturned. Okay, statuses are changing from denied back to submitted, and in some cases even funded, approved and funded. So we do know that they are being overturned. We don't know how much time you have to get it done. So if you received a denial last week, part of this massive group of denials, and you have not received an answer or a reason through an email as to why you were denied, let me know in the comments. I want to know how many people are truly affected by this. Now, I want to take a moment to talk about two of the glitches that were discovered yesterday on the loan increases, because we have more viewer feedback as to how they're getting this resolved. So thank you to everybody who commented. The first one was, if you've gone through the increase process and you've signed all of your documentation, you suddenly find out that you're getting a 0 for the loan increase value. And it's actually happening to thousands of people. So there are steps you can do to make sure your loan increase is going to be processed. I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. But basically what's happening is you get to verify your identity, you get to fill out the 4506T, you get to do the review and sign. And then when you get to the end of that process, you've already adjusted your value. You get to the end of that process, you get this error that shows up. It just shows up as an error code. You refresh your screen, and you keep refreshing your screen, and you go back in, and your loan amount reverts back to its original loan amount, and all of your documents are signed. When you go to try and sign them a second time or try and change that value, it tells you that you are not authorized to do so. So you go to change the value back to the new loan increase value, and it says, no, you're not authorized to do that. So essentially what happens is you've gone and signed all of your information and it's saved it, but when you hit refresh on the screen, it reset your value back to a $0 increase back to the original loan amount. Now, the only way to get this solved is you have to call the SBA and open a help desk ticket, and they will help you get this resolved. They'll help you change the value, and you're going to want to do this sooner than later, and you may not even know that this happened to you. So go out and verify inside your portal that your new requested amount is the higher amount and not the original amount. If you find that it is still the original amount, then you are stuck in this glitch. And let me know in the comments if you're affected by this, so we know how many people on the channel are affected, so we can help everybody. Now I want to talk about some solutions to the second glitch that I talked about here yesterday, and that is if you have more than one business or more than one company. Essentially, if you have more than one business, when you go to submit your steps to complete, verify your identity and all that, review and sign documents, you're finding that those areas are grayed out. You can only do it one time with one business. I'm hearing some people have the ability to do it maybe 2 times with 2 businesses, but if they have a third business, the third business is all grayed out. But essentially, your very last business that you possibly have to go and fill out the documentation for, it won't allow you to proceed. It's all grayed out and you can't submit any information. And you know that that's not the case, because you have to submit your 4506Ts and review and sign those documents. So it's definitely a glitch. Now, viewers are reaching out to the SBA and they're giving us feedback that the SBA is telling them that it is a glitch. And yes, they will open a help desk ticket to help you get this solved. And they basically say, check back on your portal over the next few days to see if that changed and if those things are no longer grayed out. And if they are still grayed out, to call us back. But then they do, when you do call back, they then tell you to email any supporting documents for that business where it's grayed out to COVID EIDL increase request at sba.gov. I know that's not the greatest answer, but you can still proceed because they're going to do a manual review on their end. You have to provide all the information contained in the description of this message. So go up to the description and you'll see all the information that you need to include. But essentially email COVID EIDL increase request at sba.gov and include all the information that you're missing. Now, it won't get you the review and sign document portion. You will have to wait for feedback to come back through some kind of DocuSign method, or they're going to fix your portal and you go in and DocuSign it that way. But you can at least proceed in the review process without it. Now, I want to announce some new glitches that are being discovered here on the channel around the loan increases. We have 2 new errors that are showing up. If you're finding additional errors that are outside the ones that are currently talked about on the channel, let me know in the comments so I know what else we could talk about and how we could help solve all these problems. But the first new error is it's stating that the EIN number is wrong, and the viewers have gone over this again and again, verifying the number, and it still shows up wrong. They've refreshed their screens, they've logged out, they've logged back in, and it still won't allow them to proceed. The second error is stating, and this is interesting, unable, it says this exactly, unable to verify identity online. Don't worry, you can continue the application. It says that. Okay. But even though it says you can continue the application, it says unsuccessful under verify identity. So you actually can't continue the application. And then you get these emails that show up that says you have not taken the next steps to complete your application process. So clearly unable to verify identity online. Don't worry, you can continue the application. Is not true. Okay, you cannot continue the application. So we're not clear if this is just due to an overloaded portal with the SBA or what's going on. So we're digging into this one. Let me know if you're also affected by this on the channel here so we know how many people are affected out there. So let me know in the comments. If you need further assistance outside my free content found right here on YouTube, you can find me pinned to the top comment for a one-on-one consultation. Click the link and you can set up a phone call with me. Remember, I'm always looking for new partners and investors in my Airbnbs and my short-term rentals. You could also check out my crash course in the description on Airbnbs. Get into the game with $50 in your pocket, earning an extra $5,000 to $10,000 every month. It's probably a great time to take some of the stimulus money that you're receiving, if it's through the grants and it's free money, or maybe it's PPP money and it's free. Go out and change your futures. Right now, I use Webull to change my future. They're found in the description. They're giving away a ton of free stocks. I use Webull to change my future because every month, by recommending my friends on Facebook to join Webull, I get about $2,000 in free stocks every month. I could keep those stocks, I could trade those stocks, or I could cash those stocks in and take my $2,000 elsewhere. That's going to do it for today, folks. I wish you all the best, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.